G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of Flashlight Crazy. Today I'm doing a review on the Malkoff MDC HA123. What that means is it's the MDC line with the hard anodized finish, and it takes the CR123 batteries. Let's check them out. Alrighty, so here they are. Now, the way I have these here is exactly how they come. They will come in a little slip like this, and so that here says N for neutral and then MDC 123, meaning it's the MDC hard anodized and it takes a 123 lithium primary battery. So that there is the cool white, that there is the neutral. Both SST20 emitters. Cool white is 5,700K. Neutral is 4,000K with 95 CRI. So that's a really brilliant option, although this one's brighter. And I'll just give you the specs now, actually. So the cool white is, as I said, 5,700K SST20, luminous SST20. You'll have 3 lumens, 50 lumens, and 300 lumens. And the runtime on a primary 123 lithium battery, non-rechargeable, is 100 hours, 20 hours, and 1 hour. Now, with the 4,000K 95 CRI, you'll get 3 lumens, 40 lumens, 210 lumens. And the runtimes are the same, 100 hours, 20 hours, and 1 hour. So both start on 3 lumens, but the cool white jumps up to 50 lumens, whereas the neutral jumps up to 40 lumens. And then the cool white jumps up to 300 lumens, whereas the neutral jumps up to 210 lumens. Now, let's go ahead and install the batteries. So this is how the light is. This is the only pieces in it. So obviously you've got a pocket clip. You do have a McClicky switch, which I'll just show you. I bought a spare McClicky switch. So when you buy a spare McClicky switch, it just comes with these parts, which is basically, the O-ring, the boot, and the switch itself. And that is just, for me to have a spare. And I like to, change stuff out myself. Very easy. Jean's got a tutorial video on how exactly to change the McClicky switch if you need to. Now, as you can see, we do have an O-ring here, and the head is fully potted. So both heads are fully potted. I believe, if not all products, 99% of Malkoff products are all fully potted. So very strong construction, very simple construction, but very effective. All right, so we'll do the weights. I assume there won't be too much of a difference. So, if any, really. So, the neutral, 79.91 grams. Cool white, 80.32 grams. So, that could be a simple difference of the battery and how much charge is left. We have 88.58 millimeters long. The tail cap, well, it's not really a tail cap, but the tail end, 17.73 millimeters. The body, 14.24 millimeters. And the head, 20.63 millimeters. So that'll be identical in both because these are literally identical lights except for the emitter. That is it. Now, let's show you how the UI works. So they will always come in on low. So there it is, low. Now, both 3 lumens here. Now, these lights use on-time mode advancing, not off-time mode advancing. So the time you have the light off makes no difference to the advancing mode. It's the time you have it on. And if you have the light on, momentary or constant on, for more than, I think it is 150 milliseconds, they say, then the next time you turn it on, it'll come on back in low. It'll reset, right? So if you want to change outputs, it's normally best to just momentary it quickly. So low, medium. And now we're on medium, and then just click it fully in. Look at that there. And then if you want to get to high, turn it off. It's going to start back in low, low, medium, high. Bang, look at that. So that is the difference between how you change your modes. You can off and on. So I can go on, off, on, but you've got to make sure that you start the off-on cycle within that 150 milliseconds of it being on. Otherwise, it goes back down. I just want to take a moment and talk about the design and feel of these lights, because look at that. Okay, so they fit right in the palm of your hands. Very easy to construct, operate. We've got shrouded tail caps there, so they're not going to come on by accident ever. You really have to, make it a thing to push these lights in. And they are just so damn comfortable. And now, because they're not lumen greedy as well, they're not going to get hot. So you don't have to worry about getting hot in your hand and overheating. We do have a orange peel reflector, which is really great for a nice balanced beam. And see this inner bezel here? Just show you, see those inner bezels? They can actually be swapped out for a metal bezel, which is really cool. A stainless steel bezel makes it look really cool. The reason I didn't get it is because it would add to the weight, and I think the weight of these is just perfect. I don't want to add to the weight at all. Now, of course, there's no lockout because you just don't need it. Take the battery out. Otherwise, you really don't need it, guys. It's just, I cannot see a scenario where you're going to accidentally push these in. So for me, this is just perfect the way it is. And I love the ribbed texture on the body. It's just so phenomenal, very, very comfortable. So, my two, the pointer and my middle finger kind of get locked in just underneath the tail. And then my other two fingers, ring finger rests over the head. So does the pinky. And look at that. It's such a nice little light to hold, inside your hand like that. Really great. Obviously, you can even, cigar grip it as well. Not a problem. But I like to just hold these like this. They're just so easy to use around the house as an EDC. We do have relatively deep carry, although, it could be deeper, but that's not really a problem. It actually makes it quite easier to pull out. And because of the size of these, because of how short they are, you do have the pocket clip sitting on the head. That's a really good thing because it makes it much smoother to go in and out of the pocket. Whereas some of the longer lights, like the 1AA, the MDC 1AA, that the pocket clip lands on the ribbed bit here, and that can be it can be a little bit tricky because when you put it in and out of your pocket, it catches a little bit and it just shreds up your pocket. Not bad because they're brilliant construction, but it still shreds it up. Now, obviously, they can tail stand because you've got the shrouded tail caps. This one's a little bit wobbly, maybe because the McClicky switch might be just a little bit protruding out a little bit, but still, shrouded tail caps. So, protected clickies. Not going to accidentally turn them on. Very, very comfortable in the hands. And so the way I use them, I'll just use the neutral. So the way I use it is I basically know what I'm going to want when I turn it on, but you do have a short amount of time to work out if that's enough light. And then if it's not enough light and you've gone over the time, you know that you're just going to now go 1, 2. And then that's normally enough light. Normally medium is enough light. I got to say, I do like the Cool White giving you that extra 90 lumens. You will see in the night shots that it is brighter, and it just means it's going to go further, definitely brighter, and I like that. I like that about the Cool White. I think that for an EDC light, outside in your pocket as a proper user everyday carry light, I think the Cool White might be my preference. I like warmer lights for indoors. And so what I prefer indoors would be the 1AA of the neutral, because that's got a really beautiful moonlight mode, which I'll do in the review. I'll show in the review of that. But for an outside light, I normally opt for cooler white because normally it's got a little bit more light. That's all. But have a look. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, lucky it's potted. So, look, not much of a difference. There's, I want to say that there looks like to be more bleeding in the Cool White. Neutral, still some bleeding, but I think the neutral has got a really nice hotspot, and then it seems to have more of a seamless transition into the spill, whereas the Cool White has more of a distinct hotspot, then bleeding, then spill, if that makes sense. See that? Could just be because of the amount of light that it's pumping out as well. So let's go out, check the night shots, and then we'll come back for some final thoughts, prices, and where to buy. Before I do, I will just actually show you on the head here. See how that has 2 to 3.2 volts. What that means is you cannot put a rechargeable 16340 in this because the voltage of that will be 3.7 or 3.6 volts. You do not want nothing more than 3.2 volts in this head. Otherwise, you will damage the electronics in the light and you've just ruined a, $250, $300 light. So make sure, rule of thumb, if you don't know what batteries to put in, have a look at the voltage on the Malkoff heads. They all have it. If the battery has more voltage than what the Malkoff head shows, don't put it in. That simple. It's got it on this one as well. Exactly the same. MDC 2 to 3.2 volts. That's all it can cop. Don't give it any more, okay? All right, night shots. All right. That is the lowest output on Cool White. Still very useful. And then off and cool. Yep. So that's medium. There it is. And then 1, 2, 3. Really nice beam pattern. Fairly nice throw on it as well, on high. All right. Lowest output on neutral. Medium. Slightly less lumen output on neutral. One, two, three. Still looking pretty good. All right, see ya. All right, so depending on your preference of Cool White or Neutral White, obviously you're gonna opt for whichever one you want. As I said, I think I like the Cool White in this one for outdoors. Definitely neutral for indoors. Absolutely, that's normally my go-to. Neutral for indoor stuff, Cool White for outdoor stuff. Now, just from this angle, I just want to show you that's how they go in the hand. So they basically just disappear. The tail pops out really nicely. You can get to that tail switch really easily. It's just not a problem at all. And you can get to the highest output really quickly. So if anyone's worried about, oh, it doesn't have instant high or whatever, mate, 1, 2, 3, and you're there. It's really not hard. It's just 3 little clicks and click in on the third one, and you've got your highest output. So these lights are designed to be useful tools for everyday carry. Very, very strong construction. As I said, fully potted head. It's just simple. It's not too much. They're not trying to friggin', sprinkle all the fairy dust on it to make it this and that. It's just a simple constructed body and a head, screwed in pocket clip, McClicky switch. Very simple. And as I said, Gene has got tutorials on how to change a McClicky switch. And if I ever have to change mine, I've got a spare. I will definitely put that on video so you guys can see that as well. Now, in terms of prices, so these come in at $211 Australian, AUD. But you will also be hit with 55 USD for shipping. Malkoff do a flat rate. They send it express. It comes relatively quickly, 2 to 3 weeks. But that's what you're looking at for these two. They do come with the battery, and they just come in this little sleeve. But these will take any CR123. Primary, non-rechargeable, 3-volt CR123s. Nothing more than 3.2 volts. Remember that. All right, I think I've covered everything. Great lights. I will link Malkoff's website. I will link these directly as well, and they're on the same page. So I'll just link the MDC HA123, and it'll have the option neutral or cool white, and there's a bunch of information, basically everything I've mentioned to you today. But until next time, guys, stay cool and stay safe. See ya.